Hi MCPs, Miss Strangle, congratulations on graduating. You all worked so hard and I'm so proud of you. I have a few stories to tell about all of you, how much I enjoy you and how great you are. So first is Jennifer. My favorite memories of Jennifer are of course her rocking in math class, but more importantly her being forced by Miss Gloppin to stay after school for our ladies workout club. She's actually very strong, don't let her fool you. Next is Kendra. Kendra, I remember because she did great impressions of me. She would say, just like I did when people got the right answers and I was checking their homework. Kendra, what I also really appreciate is you always push yourself to do your best, and you have such high expectations for yourself, yet are also very friendly and kind to everyone you meet, so I know you'll be successful and I'm proud of you. Next would be Sarah. Sarah, despite, maybe she'll deny it, but she is a natural born teacher. I'll never forget her teaching a lesson in math concepts when everyone had to do that, and her trying to give demerits to alum. But she's a natural leader, she's a go-getter, and she's a lot of fun. So Sarah, congratulations on graduating. Next would be Talea. Talea, I don't know, there's just so many things to say, but probably my favorite memory is on the MCP open house when Talea was explaining to parents, little kids, how to solve a math problem on the board. It just kind of warmed my heart. So Talea, you've grown so much, work so hard, but don't lose your inner spirit, because that's what makes you you. Next would be Indra. So Indra has kind of a grace, a maturity, and a quiet wisdom that I always appreciate. And she was one of the most dedicated people that worked out with us. So Indra's amazing, and I'll never forget her quince either. Next would be Hiba. So Hiba, I'm so happy to hear you're graduating from MCP. I know it was the right school for you and that you learned a lot, grew a lot, made some good friends, and were always a pleasure to have in class. Next would be Elizabeth, who I ran into at Fridays, my favorite restaurant. Elizabeth is one of the nicest, kindest, most hardworking students I've ever taught. I was just telling my husband about that when she got to meet us. So she always goes above and beyond. She would always write incomplete sentences, and she would always have her homework done and a smile on her face. She never complained, so I know that kind of attitude is going to help her be successful, and it already is, as she's got a great job. Next is Stacy. Stacy has the best smile, and Stacy, it was so fun to run around the school with you and to work out with you and have you in math class, because I can never have a bad day when I see you smile. Next is Azaria. Azaria, she's a strong, fierce, confident young lady who I used to happen to run into a lot, like at the state fair or in the mall or downtown. But I haven't seen her in a while, but what I really like about Azaria is she is competitive. She wants to be the best, and not only the best of herself, but the best of the best. So she always made math class fun by really getting into the games, the competitions, and pushing everyone to be the best version of themselves. So I hope you don't lose that fighting spirit, and it was awesome teaching you. So proud of you also. Next is Chi. Chi is amazing. She always is confident, and she'll always share answers, share her thinking, even if she's not 100% sure she's right. She's always willing to take that risk. And I also like that she is very assertive. So if she doesn't understand something, if she's unsure about anything, school, life-wise, she'll always seek out the answer, and that's a really important skill in life because we're never going to know everything, be sure of everything, and we got to be willing to do that. Next would be Andrew. Andrew, I know Andrew very well because he was in my advisory and my math class and even my small group back in the day. So Andrew always brings a smile to my face because he'd always tell me about his weekend, tell me about his games, tell me about his family, birthday parties, and I just really enjoyed seeing that side of Andrew, and I'll never forget he made me a very nice purple card once, which I still have. So Andrew has a lot of positivity, and I know that you will also be very successful, and I'm proud of you too, Andrew. Next is Rosendo. So Rosendo, also in my advisory, And I always remember Rosendo as being like very into computers and trying to go on my computer, and also always wanted to work with Brian. Maybe that changed, maybe not. But Rosendo was always a very good math student, very good student in general, and I had a great, great sense of humor. So Rosendo, congrats on graduating. Next, Alam. So Alam, obviously I know very well in my advisory, in my math class. And Alam is someone who has a very special place in my heart, not just because he, tortured me by saying boss, 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 and Skechers all year, but because I really, really admired and appreciated his logic skills, his ability to make an argument, and his ability to really push and challenge people to think critically. So I think that's one of the most important skills that you can have and that you really can't teach. So Alam, I think that you're definitely blessed to be gifted with that, and I can't wait to see how you apply that skill in the future. I've always seen you as a future lawyer, but I know wherever you end up that you will be successful, and just know that all the times I was hard on you and pushing you and having your mom come shadow you in 9th grade was just because I cared about you and didn't want you to, and wanted you to be successful. Fran, so many nice memories of Fran, so many home visits. Fran has a great family, adorable little brother, kind mother. Fran is also quite an artist. So I still remember the vivid cartoons and pictures that he would draw, and his great hairstyle, obviously, and also his strong math computation skills. So Fran, congrats on graduating, and can't wait to see what's next for you. Oh, I forgot to say one thing too. I was just reorganizing my computer files and happened to see one that was titled Boss with a dollar sign as one of the S's, and that was an essay that Alam had written for Miss Gloppin. So if either of you want that, I'll be deleting it by the end of the year. But anyway, all right. Next is Alan. So Alan, I've really enjoyed seeing Alan grow and develop, even just as a 9th and 10th grader. I remember as a 9th grader, we used to coin like the Alan sandwich. So he would take his homework, do the front, do the back, skip the middle. So trying to kind of get away with that. But I think Alan really grew as a student and as a person, and I'll always be amazed at his physical abilities, and especially his upper arm strength and his push-ups. So hopefully you're still working out, and I'm almost benching 200 pounds these days, so I'm ready to go head-to-head with you. Next is Victor. So Victor, I also had an advisory and in math class, and other than his great hair, he and Brian could probably tie for their hairstyle. Victor was always very nice, not only to his friends but to new students, and a really, really strong math student. Great at problem solving, great sense of humor, and just always kind of was a leader. I think people in his friend group will kind of joke and have a good time with Victor. He's cool, yet he's a good student. So Victor, you'll always have a place in my heart, proud of you for graduating as well. Next would be Josh. Of course, I haven't seen Josh in a little while, so maybe he's outgrown this, but I always remember Josh with his kind of movements and like beep, 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 boop, boop, boop kind of sounds that he was always making, and also that if I ever was missing a ruler, I knew Josh would have my ruler because he insisted on drawing lines underneath everything he wrote to make sure they were straight. So Josh, you always kind of stand out as an extreme perfectionist, so I hope that you're still have high standards for yourself, but that you are also kind to yourself when something can't be perfect or when you mess up. You always were one of the strongest problem solvers and had an excellent memory. I feel like if I said something and it changed my mind, Josh would always remember it. So I hope you're still writing in straight lines and achieving and striving for difficult tasks, and also proud of you for graduating. Last on the list of seniors here would be Mario. So Mario joined my advisory, was in my math class, and had an amazing sense of humor. So Mario was very hardworking, very kind, great participator in math class, also great participator in strength and fitness class as well. He probably would give Alan a run for his money, and also very fast as well. So I always had a great time teaching Mario too. So all of you, I'll see you at graduation, but congrats on working hard and making it to this milestone. I'm very proud of all of you.